In this video, we will do a quick recap of the new evaluation system for non-instructional staff. The new system has the following components: goals and competencies that combine to determine a final score. Goals represent the what, and competencies represent the how of strong performance. Together, they make up your evaluation. Your goals represent the most important what's that you do in your role to make an impact. All non-instructional staff will have 3 performance and 1 learning and development goal. Performance goals should first be tied to a team or academy goal, where this makes sense to do so. Where this doesn't make sense, they should be tied to a key responsibility of that role. Learning and development goals must be tied to an indicator from one of the core competencies. Goals will be scored on a 1 to 5 scale, with no option for scoring a 3. There is no 3 rating, as the goal rating scale was intentionally designed to create clearer differentiation between almost meeting versus meeting an individual goal by assigning a greater point value, in this case 4 out of 5 points, for goals that are met versus goals that are almost met, which will be assigned 2 out of 5 points. Competencies are the second major component of the new evaluation system. They assess the how of how work gets done. All staff will be rated on these 6 core competencies. These apply to everyone, regardless of role, have been designed to reflect what high-quality, mission-aligned work at Ingenuity Prep looks like. They are intentionally cross-functional and role-agnostic to create clarity and consistency across the school. Now you may be asking, what about role-specific domains? We are retiring role-specific rubrics in our new system. Now staff are rated on how they demonstrate core competencies in the context of their roles and responsibilities. Your final score in our new system is derived from your goal score and competency score. Let's look at how each piece is weighted and how the new process will determine a final score. In our new system, goals will be worth 40% and competencies will be worth 60% of your final score. Since you will have 4 goals and be scored on 6 competencies, each goal and competency will be worth 10% of your overall final score. Here you can see a sample of how this will work in practice. In the top section, you will see that this sample person has scored a 4 on each of their goals, bringing them to a total of 16 points for this section of their evaluation. There were 20 available points for goals. Therefore, this person's goal score is 16 out of 20, or 80%. Now let's move to the competency section. This sample person was rated a 3 on each of the 6 core competencies. 3 times 6 equals 18 total points. There were 30 available points in this section should the person have scored 5 on each of their goals. Therefore, their percentage score on the competency section is 18 out of 30, or 60%. Now we will apply the weighting that we discussed on the previous slide to each of the section scores. After we have done so, we've reached a final score for the overall evaluation. This final score will be translated into IP's current salary increase bands each spring. Here you can see the cut scores that have been established that translate to each level of annual compensation increase. Please note that the new system will not be using categories like developing, effective, or highly effective as terminology. Your percentage score is your final score in our new system.